I have learned a lot about personal knowledge management over the past couple of years and made many strides in building my second brain. I've written essays about it on my blog, created YouTube videos, and launched a newsletter. And today, we're gonna toss everything I learned out the window. That's right, we're gonna learn 7 things I guarantee will sabotage your personal knowledge management workflow and keep you from your hopes and dreams. Let's do it. Always start from scratch. You know the feeling of getting a burst of sudden insight and inspiration? You sit down just excited, curious, and invigorated to write, and then you stare at your blank page with dread.
That is exactly what you want to happen every single time.
You should be starting from scratch with everything you do. If you notice yourself creating small, reusable units of work, trash them. This will create a knowledge compounding effect, only making it easier to work in the future. Ideally, every project should feel like a heavy lift. They should be hard and take extremely large amounts of time. Switch note-taking apps every week. The more friction it takes to use your system,
the better.
And what better way to add friction than to switch note-taking apps every week? Heck, why stop at note-taking apps? Switch every technology you use while you're at it. Go from Apple to Mac, from Samsung to Android. Make it impossible to get comfortable with a system. Once you have stuck to a note-taking app, attack other note-taking apps ruthlessly. Berate other PKMers in forums, Zoom calls, and with your own content. Spend more time defending your note-taking choice than using your second brain. Capture everything you can. The goal is to make your second brain a second internet. Capture everything you can, regardless of if it resonates with you or not.
Curiosity is the antithesis of creativity.
Instead, seek out pain and boredom. Adopt the mindset of a trash disposer. Consume as much garbage as you can. Make capture as frictionless as possible, especially on mediums where you will find the lowest quality of information. Entertainment sections of TikTok and cat photos on Pinterest should form the backbone of your academic articles. Adopt a perfectionist mindset over organization. Be an unfaltering perfectionist. Set your standards so impossibly high that you couldn't possibly exceed. As the old maxim goes, if it ain't perfect, it ain't working. Naturally, you should have the most analytical organization process possible. Spend 80% of your time organizing and 20% creating. Agonize over the smallest and most trivial of details. And if you change the way you organize, go through every single note you have ever made and reflect the change. Think completely in the present. While distilling, remember that your future self will not remember nearly as much as the note as you do now. With this in mind, deprive your future self of every contextual clue to understand what a note is. Retitle it as something nonsensical. Highlight in bold useless information. Write long, contrived, frustrating sentences so they have to spend extra minutes reading through to understand what the heck a note even is. Avoid creating summaries at all costs. Never take the time to review. Over time, as you store more and more notes, your second brain will get rusty. You should treat it exactly the same as the old bike you never oil the gears of. Allow it to slowly rot and rust over time. Never take the time to review or reflect about where you are or where would you like to go in the future. It's this reflection and review that leads to everlasting change and benefit. Never share anything with anyone. Expression is the least important step of your PCAM workflow. What's the point of building a second brain if not to let your ideas sit in the dust? Our work only gets worse when exposed to high quality feedback. Nothing motivates us more than becoming worse at what we do. And we can only become worse when we intentionally retract ourselves from reflection or feedback of any kind. Make sure especially you don't check out my video on how to sabotage your reading habit. This will only teach you things you shouldn't do to read effectively in another oddly satirical and contrived manner. As always, please don't have a great rest of your day, and bye-bye.